I'm Pepito. I'm the dog that produces the show, and now it is live. And I'm a dog. Pepito, I'm the dog that produces the show, and now it is live. And I'm a dog.
They don't call me Snake Eater for nothing.
Brandon, it's time to game with your little friend.
Championship, yeah.
We're live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's news it. I'm Pepito.
Oh, hello everybody. We're back. It's Friday. We don't have much time. Might have to be a little bit more of a baby boy stream today. But we will do all the segments already requested, so we should get into it. Kendall has to go out of town this weekend, so if I spend all night streaming, she'll divorce my ass. And we're not even married, so that'll be a problem. We kind of already did Valentine's Day. You'll never guess where we went. Yeah, she did. She wasn't allowing that to happen. Work was like, fuck your romance. Steve loves you, thank you so much. And good to see everybody. Commander Get Bonsai Bullfrog. My bot. John Michael Card King PB7. FJS87. Live and Sleeves of the Master Mod. Maybe Sabrichi's lurking around in here somewhere as well. And who knows who else? Yesterday we got a huge raid from Bruce Green, so shoutouts again to him. It was immediately squandered by Crypto Zeus.
Add options now.
And that's really my fault for hiring Crypto Zeus. Where did Case and Kendall go for Valentine's Day? Correct guesses only, please. Exclamation point O is how you fill out these particular flash polls. So far, already seemingly accurate guesses. Your options are Hell, Bass Pro Shop, China, Hall, Home Depot. Oh, there we go. I was wondering if my flash polls are broken. They're not. I think China sort of counts, because we did go to China together. So I'm going to say retrospectively, I will accept that as an answer. The hell?
What?
Why did she? Never mind.
What?
Nothing. In other stream news, you can now donate directly to the stream. not via bits, if you like. However you feel like showering me with unearned money is completely fine by me. But I believe if you go to the About page, there's now a donate button. As Twitch takes about half of everything you give me, I figure if we're cutting them out of the equation, we'll instead donate half to charity. So if you donate through the donate button, half of everything you donate will go currently to the Dawood Mutual Aid, which is a charity that just offers financial support to families in Gaza. So zero pressure, but if you would rather not donate through Twitch or Amazon or however you want to look at it, that is an option now. Donate is the keyword. Of what? Basically, it's going to keep a running tab of half of all the donations, and once it's over, like $100 or whatever, we'll just send it in like once a month or something, or however long it takes to get there. But anyway, and it should also, assuming everything's working correctly, it should also update up here, just so you know. And also, it should still work with making Joe Biden talk. And it should also work with making Panthers appear. But we'll see, it could easily be broken. Where's the donuts? There could be a donut button. I can look into that next. Kind of like a tech events developers, etc. What? I can't keep up. I can't keep up with my jelly-filled donuts? Jelly-filled donations, actually. Are the donations tax deductible? This year I did finally get a tax. It worked! Entity, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, that's cheese.
And he still gets his
Listen
cheese.
up, Jack. Entity 1011 just philanthropized 20 money buck. And man, I probably shouldn't say this, but...
He's got nothing to say. He's got nothing to say. Biden, why'd you even... I guess he shouldn't have said it. He really didn't want to say it. Oh no, I think also the whatever is filling Pepito with cheese might be broken, because I'm pretty sure that gave him 40 cheeses. Look, Biden is... who knows what kind of state he's in. He's been out of office for a minute. Maybe he's mentally rested, and now he knows not to say the things he knows he shouldn't say. That was Joe Biden live, everybody. Yeah, Pepito, I apologize. I'm gonna reduce the amount of cheese that gives you.
What? I'm feeling great. Ah!
What even triggered it in this case? I guess the donation? I didn't know donations triggered the hype train. It's probably the 40 cheese you just ate.
I'll eat all the 40. Give me more 40 cheeses. 40 cheese.
100 cheese.
Yeah, make it 100 cheese.
Oh. He's still getting a meager amount of cheese from the bits. Not sure why that cheese was so extreme. We need a cheese wrap?
I will do this during the guy on the roof segment.
During DJ music?
I can't keep up with who's doing what, Nick. Thank you for all the cheeses.
You're so fast, Pepito. You change coats, you appear in 2 spots? Truly a manic maniac. Anyway, Daddy, thank you so much for testing out that donation button. It does seem to work. So, this will be a fun experiment to see if anyone clicks on it. Money is cheese, let it flow.
Yes, let the cheese flow. I look like a young David Bowie, all lubed up, stepping out of the steam machine.
You've seen David Fincher's Dune?
No.
Well, guys, thank you so much. The hype train, I guess, is also here for whatever reason. Or not. Or currently the space he occupies is literal space.
Yeah, I was still teleporting in. I was still powering up.
Who's David Fincher?
He's a bird. He is a bird.
David Bowie's Dune? Wait, I'm not thinking of David Bowie, am I? I'm thinking of Sting. I'm thinking of Sting.
You thought David Bowie was in David Fincher's Dune?
I'm thinking of David Lynch and Sting. So I kind of confused everybody for someone else.
Man.
Although I do think if David Fincher were willing, we should really do David Fincher's Dune featuring AI David Bowie.
That sounds really, really bad.
For once, you're right, Hype Train.
Oh. Actually, Case, I've been right the whole time. Except about that.
Don't just disagree with me for the sake of disagreeing with me.
I love the idea of David Fincher featuring AI David Bowie.
AEW Sting and Dune.
Yeah, get them all in there. And give me John Cena's beat. Give me John Cena type Sting beat.
A John Cena type Sting beat? What would that even be?
I don't know. Yes! Get this stream demonetized right away.
The nature of this stream demonetizes it already.
Oh yeah, we know, but to let it flow, just like the spice, it goes to the desert and explodes. Okay, my time is train, your time is piss. I'm drinking piss and I'm a train. You can't see me, my piss is train. I pissed on it, I'm pissing a train.
You're pissing a train?
This just has his lyrics over it.
It's not the instrumental. You just told me to type in Sting John Cena beat. You know, I'm going to try this again. Sting John Cena rap beat. I don't know why this would give us anything. This is a trap beat type John Cena called My Time. I don't know what it has to do with Sting. It's just as good as the real thing. This is really good for you, Hype Train.
Feed me piss! Oh, it didn't start yet.
Yeah, this is all intro for you.
Yes! Lay me down for the 3-second piss. I'm the Hype Train and I love to eat shit. Fortunately, piss kinda rhymes with shit, so I can talk it all day even when I am leaking it out of my mouth or my train top. No matter what, I'm ready to let the shit drop or pop off the top or pop out the slop. It's not smoke, it's crop. It's not smoke, it's crop. Yeah! Plop weep plop weep.
This is... I'd also like to point out the state that this John Cena image is in. It's some kind of Photoshop oil painting filter. Oh my god, he died. He didn't make it. Pepito, he failed to thank the bits or subs yet again. Did you take care of that? Can you take care of that for me?
Yes. I'm just that good. Why do I always have to pick up the Hype Train slack? Okay, like a big old gorilla wrestler, we coming right through. When we got CV Loves You 8 minutes ago with the 30 months all I've been. Okay, that's showing out, so let's let them know. 100 bits from Bundle Sprout. Whoa. Quick, the E-Bar hitting the fucking spot with a community sub. When I let the beat drop like boom, you know that I'm better than Quick either walk. No, I'm not better than he's laying my ass down for the 3-second tan. And I'm like, whoa, 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 take it easy, man. I'm a dog. And that's it.
And thank you again to Entidaddy for working out that donation button. Okay. Let's get into the news, everybody, because I need to hurry a little bit today. We gotta hurry. We gotta play Pokemon Red, which I know that's not necessarily the quickest of games. So, news time. It's still your vagina. Don't let them take it from you.
Okay. I feel like I just get up. Hurts. Ladies that against me, they want me to come.
Fucking chill. And here we go. Everybody's fucking singing this shit. Macho.
Propaganda's so good at guessing who's coming out. Stream doesn't end till Cryptos use captures 150. I thought there were like 8 zillion Pokemon now. Yeah, this is Pokemon Red Classic. Don't be a coward, Case. Tell CryptoZeus to play all of the games up to however many gets you every Pokemon in the universe. I'm Chet Manscape. That's the correct pronunciation. It's not Manscape. In our traditional country of Texas, it's actually Manscape. The country of Texas. Harris, Texas. Am I speedrunning Pokemon Master? I think the request was specifically for... we also have to go do a town hall. CryptoZeus and Scrum talking about video games. Scrum's going to look... If I had to guess... Both Scrum and I are going to look interesting during this one. Maybe I'll have CryptoZeus wear a hat. Maybe we'll have DJC4 actually host this particular debate. And CryptoZeus will contain his hair with a hat. We're going to debate as well. We've got all this shit lined up today. And right now, the shit that I've lined up, but not out of my ass, out of the ether of experience, is news. That is what will be spraying out of my doo-doo mind into your receptacle hole of mental wave. What? I'm going to read the news that chat has shared. Did I say it wrong? Yes. My bad. Starting things off by being a fucking bummer, I guess. Can't you just not cover this shit, Case? It's just news. It's not my fault that news is not always good. It's actually pretty much never good. Oh yeah, you can also donate. But outside of donations, I can tell you apparently about seemingly inevitable conflict with Iran. But maybe not? I certainly would appreciate it if it was definitely not, but I guess on the hopeful side, they've been saying they're going to and not going to, and filling up the seas around Iran with tons of aircraft carriers, so it doesn't look hopeful, but why don't you tell us the details, Chet? These are coming to us, these are the details courtesy of Retires. Rotary Tires? Reuters. Right, and they're a tire company, a famous news agency. The U.S. military is preparing for the possibility of sustained weeks-long operations against Iran if President Donald Trump orders an attack. 2 U.S. officials have told Reuters in what could become far more serious than previously seen conflicts between these countries. The disclosures by the officials who spoke on the condition of don't fucking say who I is due to the sensitivity of the planning raises the stakes for the diplomacy underway between the United States and Iran. Well, don't worry, Case. There's still diplomacy underway. The diplomacy of there's going to be a weeks-long conflict. I like the idea that they're calling their shot of this just being a weeks-long conflict. I'm sure we can just go in and out. We can just pop in there, pop out of there. When have us assuming that we can instantly win war ever blown up in face of us? Every time? That's not very patriotic. That's true. The Reuters Gulf Currents newsletter brings you the latest on... Can you not read the ads? That's rude to Reuters to not read their ads. U.S. and Iranian diplomats held talks in Oman last week in an effort to revive diplomacy over Tehran's nuclear program after Trump amassed military forces in the region, raising them, of a new military action. U.S. officials told the Pentagon... on Friday they said something about the Pentagon. I understand. I'm just reading. They're sending an additional aircraft carrier to the Middle East, adding thousands more troops, along with fighter aircraft guided missile destroyers, and the firepower capable of waging attacks and defending against them. Trump, speaking to U.S. troops on Friday at a base in North Carolina, raise up, take your shirt off, come on, let's attack a whole nation with helicopters. We'll probably use more than helicopters. Anyway, they're in North Carolina. He said, it's been difficult to make a deal with Iran. Sometimes you have to have fear. That's the only thing that really will get the situation taken care of. I think that's the problem. Other countries aren't afraid enough all the time. Isn't he trying to stoke fears in this country to justify the military action? No, he's stoking our bravery. He's appealing to our bravery by saying, they'll blow us up with nukes, so let's be brave and blow them up with not nukes, but most of the country. rude to Reuters is a horrible Twitch username, it would be bad to be rude to Reuters. Hey, Big J-Dub, thank you for the 31. Even if it doesn't trigger the various graphics. Why would you carry aircraft when they can fly? I've always been saying that, Vink. And I've never gotten a satisfying answer. I mean, I'm not a military expert, so who am I to say? So what, Case? You think this is bad? Yes. If you're Iran, you'd be insane not to want nukes at this point. If Iran had nukes, there's no way we would be acting towards them like this. I mean, not that I really want nuclear proliferation, but the number one way to create it is to behave like the United States and our various European allies and Israel are behaving. Like, if you're any country that doesn't have them, you're totally beholden to our every whim. And it seems like the only deterrent is the threat of nuclear war. We have certain attitudes, say, towards North Korea that, despite as much as we might complain about them, we never fuck with them like this. Stop using logic, Case. That is a big... I don't like it, the one that you're using. Here's some logic for you. I'm going to get there. What? I'm thinking. Why do you have to be in such a rush all the time? It's so quiet. Isn't silence comforting? Did you have logic for us? I'm still thinking about it. What? We don't always have to go at a mile a minute. My name is Kid Rock. That's what you got? Look, I thought about it, and my name is Kid Rock. Your name is Chet. Not when I'm rocking out. Okay. Whatever you think about his politics, you can't deny. It's a pretty good start to a song. I'm on the record as saying I kind of like Ba with the Ba. Devastating logic. Weaponized against you, Case. What are you going to do? I think we're going to move on to chat news. I certainly hope we don't aggravate the situation in the Middle East by going into all-out war with Iran. It sounds like a total fucking disaster, and it will be. But a lot of the signs point to us doing that. For anyone who hasn't kept up with it, it seems like there's some will in the Trump administration not to engage in protracted conflicts. They seem to be more interested in like big showy military actions, like the bunker buster bombs they dropped to blow up that Iranian nuclear site, the thing they did with Maduro, anything you can put hammer in the title of, Operation Tuesday Hammer, Operation Friday Night Hammerden Paladin, Operation Defeat Act 3 Hell. Yeah, whatever. So maybe there's a chance they're just going to gear up for another showy military operation that isn't as intense as an actual war, but eventually, if you're Iran, you kind of have no choice but to do something. And I mean, they might just lead to, more conflicts, just basically a bunch of missile salvos between Israel and Iran, which, whatever you think about Israel, I mean, it's not positive when everybody's blowing themselves up. But anyway, a big sticking point is Israel wants all sorts of anti-ballistic missiles measures attached. They basically want Iran to not only disarm their nuclear program, to disarm their capacity to send missiles to Israel, which just isn't realistic. I mean, they'd be leaving themselves wide open. So, assuming that the cabal that seems to run our national politics is beholden to Israel, which does very much seem to be the case, if they refuse to drop that particular point, then I don't know what would really stop us from going to war with Iran, as far as I can tell. Anyway, those are the cliff notes. Thank you for saying words and making me not have to read. But now I must return to the brutal activity of reading words. Mugenics co-creator Edmund McMillan says people need to get more creative with their hate in response to disappointment over controversial cameo meows. I will read that one more time. You see what I did there? I don't. I honestly don't see what you did there. I also don't see what they did here. Oh, it's called Mugenics. All right, now I'm starting to get it. Mugenics co-creator Edmund McMillan says people need to get more creative with their hate in response to disappointment over controversial cameo meows. What is a cameo meow? What the hell is Mugenics? All your answers will be questioned. What? I'm getting there. Mugenics, the cat breeding roguelite from Binding of Isaac developer Edmund McMillan and co-creator Tyler Glale has uncanny meow sounds. That's because they're actually just humans saying meow, not cats, which is probably for best given what happens to all the poor kitties in the game. There's a long list of cameo performances from various internet personalities. So wait, are we mad that it's Catgenics? Meowgenics? Let's just watch a trailer. I mean, normally this is the providence of a certain young Trent, but... I mean... Why would people be mad over there being fake cat sounds? Oh, it's already out. This is the Mugenics animated trailer.
It took me a while to figure out that the sound was coming out of his butt. You know, I don't know. And
It's who the cameo people are. Okay, we'll check in on this.
Well, take a cat, rub it on a cat, then that cat gets all fat. Not too sure what's up with that. Genetics. Then that butt, the one with the gut, the little bitty cat comes out of his butt. Not too cute. You know what? Genetics. Eugenics is a game that we all love to play. Just collect the good ones, throw the rest away, I understand how hard it sounds, judge me if you may. Cats is just the future, boy. Science is the way, Well, take a cat, rub it on a cat, then that cat gets all fat. Not too sure what's up with that.
Okay. I feel like I get it. You don't want to finish? What is the actual gameplay? He made a Papa Meat release date trailer. Well, there's a review. Maybe the review will show us some of this hot gameplay.
There aren't a ton of games I've happily put more than 100 hours into as quickly as I have with Mugenics.
Okay, it's got positive reviews.
This turn-based roguelike tactical RPG takes place on a 10x10 grid, with mostly traditional classes like Fighter, Mage, Hunter, Tank, and Necromancer.
I mean, I know Binding of Isaac is often a well-regarded game. I've never actually played it myself, but I've heard good things. So anyway, that's why I'm kind of surprised he would be getting into particularly hot water. Okay, I get it now. As reported by Rock Paper Shotgun, Ethan Klein and Hilla Klein of H3 Productions both provided meows. There we go. Sorry, I was really building you guys up to it. Someone in chat already pointed that out, so you're probably already ahead of me, but... What are you gonna do? I'd probably not use them would be the answer, but... I'm tempted to, go in on my opinions of that particular content creator, but also I don't really have strong opinions. I've never watched them for a fucking second. I mean, everything I've seen of them I dislike, but I kind of resent that I know so much about Ethan Klein despite never having watched his show even for a second. It's one of those things where I'm like, I just wish I didn't know about this person. That's my main opinion. I would rather not have to have an opinion on random YouTube guy with shitty opinions. He's pretty funny. I really don't know. I'm sure there was a time there was some reason to be a fan of him. It seems like it's just every time I see a clip of him, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how he has a fan base. But that's how I feel about a lot of people, I guess. And obviously I find his opinions on we'll just say politics. I don't think we're politically aligned, I guess is how I would put it. We have similar humor. I mean, to be fair, I have never watched his stuff. I have purely seen coverage of him in regards to his various opinions on Israel. Which honestly, even then, I'm not really like an expert. All I see is lots of clips popping up on Twitter, and I'm often like, I don't want to watch this. He goes over the line sometimes. His older stuff would be similar. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just am like... H3H3 doesn't have Pepito. I really don't even know what the show is. I'm guessing it's a talk show. Anyway, I can see why people would be mad given that he seems to be constantly in the news in regards to his political opinions. But I'll leave it to people that seem more invested in the situation than me. In his specific situation, not in the politics of the situations he seems to talk about. Anyway, moving on. Olympic mascot Tina and Milo toys are nearly impossible to find. You might need to win a medal. What is it? There's a video, thankfully.
We just love them. They're just so lovable.
This is like the new Bussy, everybody.
They're excited at the games. They're cheering out the crowd, and it's just, I don't know, they're just so fun, and we just are so excited to meet them.
I like it a lot because, one, it represents like the regular Olympics, but then also the Paralympics. The Paralympics are really special to me. I have a lot of friends that are disabled, and so having a character that also represents that is just incredible.
We have some PNs
I kind of get it. If you're at the Olympics, you don't want a giant cat toy. I guess I would want one to prove that I was there. What's the LA? Do we already have an LA Olympic mascot? Do we have a 2028 Olympic mascot? Because I'm in the strike zone, everybody, to pick up whatever that one is. It has not been unveiled yet, guys. But here's an official list of Olympic mascots. In case anybody wants to compare and contrast. Paris, we had the Angry Birds melted. Beijing, we had Space Panda. Tokyo, we had, I think, a Pokemon we're going to be catching later. Pyeongchang, we had this cool tiger guy. Here we had an Adventure Time Magic Cat. Here we had the tiger from Kung Fu Panda, ready to just kill these other two competitors. This is a straight monster. I believe this was designed by Peter Mendelsohn. And then, it's always curves. It's a lot of curves and smiles, which I'm in favor of. I've always said I love good curves and a smile. That's very forward thinking of you, Chet. I'm always thinking in the direction of forward, I say. With that in mind, next story. Trump's pick for top diplomatic role faces scrutiny over white supremacist views. Which one of the white supremacists are we mad at? It's a great question. This one. The answer is this particular one of the many. Jeremy Carl, Assistant Secretary for State nominee, has espoused racist anti-Semitic views, says nonprofit leader. Oh man, the Guardian's locking us. Can we cheat the system? Jeremy Carl is set to go before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee on Thursday as President Trump's nominee for Assistant Secretary of State for International Organizations, a role that involves managing relationships with and policies towards the United Nations and its agencies. And then the rest is price locked. You're denied from knowing his white supremacist views. I bet we can figure it out. I bet there's a way. Let's just go to X real quick, aka actually Twitter, and see if we type his name in, if we get any hot clips.
I erased it.
Matt Liddell, thank you so much, both for your appearance on the stream yesterday and for the 38 months. Both are greatly appreciated. I like the musculature of Matt yesterday.
Tell me how you define white identity and what you think is being erased about white identity.
Certain types of Anglo-derived culture that comes from our history.
Like what?
Has he been openly weeping? Those are the wettest eyes I've seen in a while. Mr. Smith, great to see you. I don't know if it's coming through via all the compression, but his eyes are incredibly wet.
let me think about this. Senator, I would say if you were to look at the book by one of your former Senate colleagues, Born Fighting, about the sort of Scotch-Irish military culture and certain, pride that went with that, that would be one example. Obviously, you could have sub-elements of that culture. You could have Italian.
The erasure of Scotch-Irish military culture is what he's complaining about? Case, aren't you one of those? You don't even care about the erasure of your own military culture? I think the big issue in this nation is there isn't enough white militarism.
You could have Irish, and those are in many ways more.
Yeah, but you're worried about white culture. You're not worried about you're now retreating to ethnic identity. You don't speak about ethnic identity. You speak about white identity. So tell me the values that stitch together white identity and that make it different than black identity.
I would say that the white church is very different than the black church in terms of its tone and style on average. Foodways could often be different.
Oh, or foodways.
And those
music could be different.
And those are being erased.
Music could be different. Well, if you look at the Super Bowl halftime show, which was not in English this year.
So our ability.
So he's just openly defending in Congress his white nationalist views. The erasure of his white nationalist views. I mean, I know that we've long since passed the point where people are being openly white supremacists, but that is one of the more blatant examples, at least in front of like a Senate hearing committee, that I have seen. Right above that, though, here we have Senator Tim Kaine going in, guys. Don't worry, Tim Kaine is on the case. When he gets nominated easily somehow, don't blame Tim Kaine.
The things you said was American whites are victims of a cultural genocide. Where to start? So you'd agree with me, wouldn't you, that whites are pretty well represented in the United States Senate?
They are well represented in this body, yes, Senator.
And how about in the House of Representatives?
Senator
Hey, he was my senator too for a while, Bonsai Bullfrog.
Kaine, I don't have those particular numbers, however.
But you would agree that they're pretty well represented in the House of Representatives?
Senator, I would, again, thank you for the question. I would point out that there were no white Protestants by birth in the 25 cabinet members under Joe Biden.
How about in the ranks of America?
I just can't. I guess I can. I guess maybe we should watch it, because that is truly some next level racism to go out and complain that there isn't enough white Protestant representation in the United States. A country famously ruled by white Protestants for fucking generations. Yeah, but now everybody's on that Catholic tip, Case, which you should be happy about, because I think you are you're a white Irish? Well, I don't think I'm living up to the white Irish? Wait, Irish Protestant values? Isn't that all the same that you're English and Irish or something? I think that washes out to Protestant. How is white Case victimized in the USA? This is a great question. I'm made to play giant cakes. I'm called JD Vance. How is he not? Okay. I'm white Chinese and Kendall. Oh yeah, I forgot that Kendall's an option, of course, in relation to this question. I do think the JD Vance one has to have it. I constantly get compared to every sexy UFC fighter of all time. Which fighters are those? Just the hot ones. The answer was call him JD Vance. That is the closest I get to victimization, I will say. All right, let's watch this whole clip of this guy just openly. He admitted. We are in the Tim Robinson sketch of perpetual racism when it comes to this administration.
Presidents throughout history, including now pretty well represented whites?
Senator.
And how about in the ranks of vice presidents during American history now? Whites pretty well represented in that group, right?
Senator, thank you again for the question.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I don't think it's hard. How about on the United States Supreme Court? Throughout our history and including now, whites are pretty well represented on the United States Supreme Court, correct?
I think obviously historically, I would of course agree with you. Of course, the vast majority of Americans were white at that time. It's now much more
That's
diverse
not
society.
even true
Focus on
either.
right now. How about in the ranks of Americans?
There's just a good chunk of the Americans we weren't recognizing as Americans, actually, at that time. Ay, ay, ay.
Whites are pretty well represented.
I would just have to look at the numbers. I don't know.
Okay, how about this? In the ranks of CEOs of major corporations today, you think whites are pretty well represented?
Senator, thank you for the question. I suspect that they are probably pretty well represented in that, but there are other areas where they're not as well represented.
How about in the ranks of high-income people? And we can define it however you want. Let's just say like top 10% of wealthy Americans. Think whites are pretty well represented?
Senator, thank you for the question. They would certainly be underrepresented with respect to Asian Americans, but they would be overrepresented with respect to other groups.
Yeah. You know, a cultural genocide, that's a stiff claim. And it's an interesting one because it's kind of a white victimhood argument. But if I remember my colleague, Senator Rosen, she was reading comments to you where you had been saying, man, Jews play the victim. Jews like to be the victim. And yet you're making a claim that whites are victimized by
Wolves need more representation on this stream, apparently. I agree with that.
a cultural genocide when all the statistics would say, not just in history, but today, that whites are very well represented at every level of every institution. They're very well represented in the...
I mean, yes, I agree with Tim Kaine. On this particular issue, there is no issue with white representation in the United States. And despite all the complaints about wokeness in Hollywood, really not an issue based on my experience working in the entertainment industry in various capacities. White guys are still doing just fine, everybody. I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, but you don't count, Case. I don't. You just don't count as good representation. That's why I'm here to counterbalance with some positive white representation. How's this guy going to get confirmed?
Stitched together.
I just have the feeling he's going to get confirmed. Which I think, would that require some Democrats to vote yes on him in order for him to get confirmed? I'm not sure. I can't really read this story. Because they always get confirmed, right? But I really do feel like going on the floor of Congress and being like, yeah, I got some pretty Nazi opinions. Like, you know, the really most classic ones. I got like the basics of traditional white supremacy. I'm on the record as agreeing with it. I'm going to double down on that and agree with it even more right now. I feel like if you do that, if anything is ever to be disqualifying, it seemingly would be that. But he'll probably get through anyway. It only requires a majority? Okay. Well, yeah, then they've got a Republican majority, so I guess the Republicans don't give a shit about being white supremacist. I wonder what their excuse would be if they didn't have a Republican majority. If only we could live in that. Then Tim Kaine is like, look, I disagree with his views on white genocide, but I can't deny that he's got the job experience. Yeah, I guess Fetterman could easily vote for him. Insanity. Ay, ay, ay. They keep getting away with it. Yeah, we are all fucking Jesse in the car speeding down the road just... Well, we should be so lucky as to be Jesse at the end of Breaking Bad. We're more Jesse in the middle of Breaking Bad right now. He should get... Tim Kaine probably does get 2 votes. When you're in the Senate, you get extra votes. Okay, that's depressing. That's a pretty bad one. Let's see what else we got. Don't mind if I do. Twitch streamer uses electrodes to manipulate balance using electricity. Can be used to control a real-life human being with an Xbox controller or joystick. Simulate racing game GeForce. Am I losing my mind with some of these headlines? Twitch streamer uses electrodes to manipulate balance using electricity. Can be used to control a real-life human being with an Xbox controller or joystick. He's doing a body controller stream? I think that's the implication. Think about the implications. Is there any way this works? Okay, this looks like a joke video. But maybe it's too real. It's all too real.
I hacked my balance. I made a device that can shift your balance by passing a current through your head in different directions, controlled by a joystick. This is called galvanic vestibular stimulation.
So you just want me to like run in a straight line? Okay.
Does this shit work?
I then connected it to a racing game so I could feel the G-forces. Alright, let's do it.
Wait, what is happening now? If she's controlling...
Am I supposed to be seeing flashing lights?
She's controlling it with her body now?
Oh, there's the flashing lights again! Oh, no.
I don't know if that's going to have the most ethical use cases, assuming all of that actually works. Is that good for you to get your brain electroded? Apparently, electrotherapy is still very much a thing in the mental health industry. Yeah, that's true. You wouldn't think people still do electroshock therapy, but I guess it must actually do something. I legitimately shouldn't have an opinion on it because I have no fucking idea, but I always assumed it was like a thing left in the past, but people do still do electroshock therapy. Which I have not researched whether that's good or bad. It sounds worrisome to me, but maybe it actually helps people. I don't know. So anyway, maybe what I'm trying to say, maybe this is actually a health fad. Depression. Shock that depression right out of the system. I guess. I'll leave it to anyone that's actually looked into it to have an opinion on it. Florida pickleball brawl involving up to 20 people results in paddles to the face and, bonus, felony charges. Deputies were dispatched to Spruce Creek Country Club, about 57 miles northeast of Orlando, for a pickleball brawl involving 20 people. Anthony Sapienza, 63, and his wife, Julian Sapienza, 51, were arrested after multiple people sustained injuries. Victims say the match got heated after Anthony Sapienza accused his opponents of crossing into the kitchen. It's bleeding and the teams exchanged verbal insults before Anthony punched one of the victims, struck him in the face with a pickleball paddle. And it was bleeding and swollen, a player described. He's got blood on his face. It's ridiculous. I've never seen anything like this, the caller said. Is there a video? Damn, there's not a video. But look at this mouse eating ice. Is that a protest? I don't think so. I'm reading better? That means so much. I've been really trying to take my time and mentally focusulate on the specifics of the wordiculars. These are reading terms, Case. I've been studying. You're doing better. We try. You can expand your brain if you do this enough. Flex your neck muscles and kind of make the top of your head feel hot. Hey, if it works, it works. It works for me. Cryptocurrency flows to suspected human trafficking services surge. 85% year over year. And they say crypto isn't a growth industry. Good one. Thank you. Thank you. That came to me immediately. Elon Musk's eyes... 58 pop up instantly. Elon Musk eyes moon facility plus catapult to send AI satellites into orbit. Like a legit, just a catapult?
iPhone owners will be faced with a new Siri, but will...
What the fuck? So many ads. Just an actual catapult? Well, let me finish, Case. During a recent staff meeting at artificial intelligence company xAI, Elon Musk reportedly told employees that he wants to build an AI satellite factory on the moon. The New York Times reports Musk also said he wants a giant catapult at the factory that would launch those satellites into space. I guess because you're on the moon. The gravity isn't that good. It's great, so you just need a medieval catapult. Oh, we've got a story request from Live and Sleazy. I can't deny. Begun the AI wars have. Oh god, the fucking what is it? DeepSeek? Not DeepSeek. Seedance. There we go. We watched some of the Seedance videos the other day. We can talk about it some more. I have seen that social media has been particularly flooded with Seedance videos. So great. Hollywood is it's barbecued, it's cooked, it's filet mignon, it's Hannibal Lectered. It's all fucked up. It's being eaten is the main point. It's being cooked in various ways. It's basically, it's got a Michelin star rating of go fuck yourself nowadays. It's brutal. I can't, everybody loves watching AI videos 24/7 and it's really working out. Yep. The Motion Picture Association on Thursday denounced the newest, accept all, get away cases rights. The Motion Picture Association on Thursday denounced the newest AI video generator, Seedance, saying it had unleashed footage of copyright infringement in the day since it became available. ByteDance, the Chinese owner of TikTok, said the model represents a substantial leap in generation quality since the previous version, videos generated by the service, notably of Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt fighting on a rooftop. Well, again, let's just go to Twitter real quick. Where we, of course, can still get the completely natural and undoctored pulse of America. And type in Seedance and just see what we get. What? Wow, we somehow got AI for humans right away.
That's right. Seedream 2.0 is here, kind of. I got early access, and I'll show you what exactly...
Yeah, go check out AI for Humans if you want actual coverage of things in relation to AI. Here's a good one, guys.
Feels good, man. Feels good, man.
We'll watch the one right under the story too, Levin.
It just talked. I must be hallucinating.
That's a good joke. What was the joke? It's the frog, man. It's a frog. You know, like on the internet, how there's that frog. And it looks kind of like Family Guy and South Park and King of the Hill, sort of. Yeah, put in the fly particle accelerator. I mean, I won't deny that the model looks way more coherent. But my issue is never really, well, it's been a little bit with how it looks. It's more so just, I don't fucking care how good this stuff gets. I just dislike it on a root level. Until someone makes something interesting with it that I legitimately want to watch, I am of the opinion that all of this shit sucks ass. But here's Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt fighting to contradict my opinion.
You killed Jeffrey Epstein, you animal! He was a good man!
He knew too much about our Russia operations. He had to die, and now you die too.
Again, I think that there are ways. Again, what? I think that there are ways that you could use generative technology to do interesting things. It's not entirely the technology itself that I hate, even though it is a technology largely predicated on stealing. So are certain other art forms. I'm not as 100% against it, I think, as some people are. I also think there are uses for LLMs. And clearly I've used like generative fill and all sorts of other things myself, so I'd be a total hypocrite to say it's useless. But just the general marketing around this shit, that it's like, it's always coming for Hollywood, it's always Hollywood is cooked, it's always actors are done. And then it's a clip like that, where it's just two famous actors, and it's like the closer it gets to looking like them, the more excited these fucking bots on Twitter get. But it's all just collage. It's all just fucking collage art. Like the direction of this technology, in my opinion, should be, how could it actually get plugged into current workflows in industries in order to expedite certain aspects of production? That is never the conversation. The conversation is always, how can we wholesale generate a fucking movie? And that's going to suck. 1,000,000%, if that is the end game of all of this generative video, you are going to get the worst fucking shit you have ever seen slapped onto Amazon Prime and Netflix. So while I continue to try to cut actual creative people out of whatever this technology can do, they're making it more and more useless and despicable. So if they ever want this stuff to actually be adopted by anyone, they need to have an actual audience in mind or a customer in mind that they're actually offering value to. Right now, the only thing that this is valuable to are people who want to generate fucking deepfake porn, people that want to spend zero money advertising like sun chips, which is unfortunately a very large market, and of course, scammers that are going to send videos of you saying you need money to your fucking grandma. It's just all of the incentives here are upside down from everything that has ever made like a artistic economy function. So anyway, if you like generating AI stuff just for fun, I really don't have a problem with that. Like if it's just like I want to share shit that I made with my friends, maybe it's damaging to the environment. It's a different argument, but like on that level, I don't really care. The problem is entirely how they are positioning this shit to be used in industries. And the positioning is always, we're going to take over this industry. And unfortunately, the executives in charge of Hollywood studios are like 8th generation fail sons that just want to fire every famous actor they've ever worked with because they made them feel lesser than for 2 seconds. So it's unfortunately a legitimate threat to a lot of people's jobs. I think purely because of mismanagement, not because of the actual quality that it represents. Yeah, studios will 100% cut budgets over this shit. And you know, maybe there's a world where like it's undeniable that it can expedite like effects work or something, but that should be the conversation then. Like, how are these tools useful in effects production lines? What can you get out of them that is actually functional to use in finished projects that have some actual creative vision behind them? That is such a tiny piece of the AI pie right now. Like indie workflows, yeah, I'm in favor of that stuff, assuming it isn't actively just completely stealing from other people's work, which right now it is. It's just, all of it is predicated on theft on a bizarre scale right now. So I don't know. I mean, I try to keep up with this stuff in the sense of I would rather know, like a lot of people say, like the limitations of these tools, how they actually work, than not know them. So in that sense, like I do feel like I'm a little more aware of it than some because I've actually messed around with this stuff. I haven't been able to mess around with Seedance yet. If I had to guess, I would guess that it has the same limitations that a lot of these generative video things do, which is you can't really get into the nuances of how you produce an image. You can't get into the nuances of performance because all of these models just work by text to whatever generation, first frame to final frame generation at best. So if you want to get a particular performance out of your soulless imitation of Brad Pitt, you just can't. All you can do is do 500 generations of Brad Pitt is worried as he fights Tom Cruise about the Epstein files, and you pick the best one, which just isn't, that is not a good way to make anything. And there's never any fucking coherency over like multiple generations. Maybe this will solve for that. I just doubt it. I think you're still going to get these weird hodgepodgey, like trailer kind of vibed out, just hype edits. The same kind of thing you were getting even with Sora, which can be funny. I'm not denying that. Like people made some funny things with Sora, but like things that people will actually on scale want to watch, as opposed to watching something that was just made with actual actors. I don't think it's there yet. I don't think it's going to be there regardless of how fucking high quality the generations on these models get, until they reintroduce some kind of human element, which would be like using this stuff for compositing, using this stuff for character generation. Again, just actually communicating with actual creatives on how to use this stuff, or having actual creatives involved in the production of these things. But it is 100% right now just like fucking coders seeing what they can squeeze out of these algorithms. Do you think, asks Card King, maybe, just maybe, companies like Coke will end up suing AI companies for damaging their water supplies? I have no idea. I've heard now too many contradictory reports on the usage of AI in water. Some people make the argument that it's overblown, but it does seem to be drastically affecting the electrical grids and water supplies in places where there's AI data centers. So, and it seems like they want to completely reimagine the United States power grid to be nuclear so that we can power more AI data centers. So it seems to me that it's got actual environmental impacts, but I wouldn't count on any major industry suing another one over, I guess they could sue them over resources. So like, yeah, if it starts cutting into the profits of like oil companies or Coke, then maybe there could be some inter-corporate conflict there. But yeah, I think unless left-leaning populism starts racking up more W's, basically anti-corporate populism, we're not going to get significant legislation against artificial intelligence. So the Democratic Party, as it currently stands, and the Republican Party are both heavily in bed with these AI companies. We need more outsider candidates that are aggressively against the abuses of these companies. Yeah, probably not anytime soon propaganda if I'm putting my realist and/or pessimist hat on. But we'll see. I don't know. It really depends how things shake out in the next couple of years. And unfortunately, the action kind of needs to happen now. Looney Tunes Fangirl has been requested, but she only adores the main cast, but also some obscure one-off character never talked about in the mainstream from the 30s. And you better get it right, says Gunshade the First. I'll try to get it right. I've tried twice to get it right. Unfortunately, it's not me that you have to ask. It's it's Pepito. Because he's the one who books the guests. He's got to do it on short notice.
I feel like I do my best. I do some of my best work by clicking on stuff till a person appears.
I'm on Pepito's side here. I think he's been doing his best. Was Looney Tunes around in the 30s? I have no idea. It feels like the kind of thing that could have been. Wasn't Looney Tunes like in movie theaters at one point? What? I mean, not the actual movies. Like, wasn't it? Wouldn't people go to theaters to watch like 15-minute Looney Tunes cartoons? Okay, anyway, sorry. I went into full rant mode there. I do have more opinions than I should specifically on generative AI, given that I've had to use it in various jobs. And I am not a fan. I'm at least definitely not a fan of the companies in charge of marketing this shit and the people online jamming it down our throats. But I think maybe we'll call it for the news there, because I did say we need to make the stream a little quick, and you are not living up to that. I really am not. You better research the history of the Looney Tunes to get this right. Look, I can make you this promise, Exterminator. I will not do that. That's fucked up, Case. You are anti-learning. I just know I won't. I've got to be honest. There's not a chance I'm going to research the Looney Tunes. You don't know about Marvel the Martian? Marvin. Okay, so maybe you did some research. Do more work? Well, we also might have to talk to the Looney Tunes on Monday, because I do have 5 segments now stacked up. So let's get to one of them at least. We haven't done it in a while, so hopefully the town hall is still standing. We'll find out right now. It's time for a town hall. Hey guys, this is actually DJ C4, Consulting the Hat. I haven't been on the stream lately, but that's just because I've got so many clients that I'm working with. Not all of them are willing to appear on air, but I can take a little time out of my busy schedule, of course, to talk about, to host a town hall, is what I meant to say. I always have a little bit of time to host a town hall. Taking bets that the stream will crash? I think we're still on. Let's hope this stuff still works. I'm going to go on a limb and guess that it will. I think we still got it. Joining us today all the way, really one of the few times he's ever come out of his room. And I gave him an official DJ C4 hat to really keep his hair contained. So congratulations on that. It's Crypto Zeus. Oh great. Hi. Fucking doing this today, I guess. Cool. I guess I got some fans here. Thanks. Thank you. Everybody keep a good distance from me, though. It's for your own safety, I've been told. Some of the smells I'm producing lately apparently are the precursor, the building blocks to Ebola. Because I had to take a swab test when I came today. Thanks for that, hat guy. No problem, man. Congratulations on the hat. That's not, okay. Also joining us today, And he got a hat too. It's Scrum. My hat isn't working right. You gave me a hat of poor quality. It appears to be Back to the Futuring. Sorry about that, Scrum. I did give you a hat that fucked its own grandma. Well, I have a little bit of hair under here for the record. The hat is making my hair disappear as well. Sorry, you need to unfuck its grandma, I believe, if you want it to stay. I don't have time for that, okay? I don't even get what this is. Well, this is the time, how, as you can see, the crowd is going absolutely buck wild. I think we do have some huge fans here. I'm not interested in any of this. Shut up. Everybody shut the fuck up. I couldn't agree more. Okay, the vibes are a little toxic already. You guys are... You can relax. No, I can't. And medically, that's rude to say to me. And for me as well, you are aggravating a couple of my conditions. Well, anyway, you can send us your thoughts. Anybody who wants to step up to the mic, !TH, type it into your mobile device. Everybody like mobile device? Oh, they love mobile devices. Yep. Great. Let's settle down. Okay, let's get into it. Let's see who we got today. Who's already waiting for us over there by the mic? Am I afraid I will never... I get that, man. I get where you're coming from. I believe they're asking me. And a healthy body produces its own lubrication at all times. If you don't have roughly the viscosity of a newt as a human, it's because you're doing it wrong. So just keep that in mind. I am on the record as saying I don't do girls. What? I don't do that part. It's a waste of energy. Sorry. Sorry that I'm actually honest like some people that, oh my God, your hands are huge. Look, I have big gaming hands. Okay? Sorry that I'm honest. And that the most masculine and alpha guys want zero to do with women. And that's my right. That's actually my right in this country. So wait, what does that have to do with a hole filled with lube? I've got a loophole and no ladies allowed. Next question, please.
Where the hose at?
I believe in most cities you can still find ladies of the street, depending on the part of town you're on. Or I think now people use apps. I think I already made my opinions clear. Yeah, let's just not get Brendan. Sorry. It's actually Crypto Zeus. Let's not get Crypto Zeus's opinions on this. Thank you for your question, though.
Can you believe that Case doesn't even...
intimately associated with all of the tunes, and yet I'm never asked to speak to the tunes. Interesting how that works. It's almost like he's afraid of the knowledge contained in this fucking hat. You gotta be careful. It's fading out. I told you. I share your fury, and I don't forgive Case.
Yeah.
Can we
Listen
get
up,
this dog
Jack.
out of here?
Card King Unjust Mamma Jam 300 shanty tasty coins. And I've been dying to say this. We can't hear anybody in the two-shot.
What? Can you get your fucking tech together? Can you hear me now? Were all of my opinions not being shared? I guess you were being actively silenced. Does that mean I was also being silenced? I better be being heard now. I think you probably are. Disgusting. Listen, I don't take anything back that I said about women in any of my takes. You really probably should. I refuse. Well, fortunately, they didn't hear you. Well, I guess I'll restate them then. Scrum, what were you saying? I was saying I know all about the tunes. Oh, I'm not done? No, you're not done. Where are you going? I thought we were done. I thought we were wrapping up. I know plenty about the tunes. It's ridiculous that I'm not used more often for tune-based segments. And a case we'll be hearing from my lawyer for trying to silence me in regard to tune logic. And that's all I have to say. That's all I can say legally right now.
Best Pokemon starter. You call me. I type about my starter.
What? I believe it's Charmander. Wow. Incorrect. It's Blastoise. I do actually know this. It's Blastoise, okay? I thought it was, well, it doesn't start as Blastoise. It does the way I play him. Next question, please. Yes. What?
How many whites are the right amount?
Oh, I shouldn't have waited. In this country, can never have too many. Sorry if that gets me in trouble. No, I was going to say maybe that's vague enough that it shouldn't get you in trouble, but I think that should still probably get you in trouble, traitor. Okay, next audience member, please. And I guess I'd say thank you for the question, but maybe not.
Hey, Bran. Are you still in a dream? Also, what is Snake Eater?
Stop it.
What is Snake Eater?
Stop it.
What is Snake Eater?
Next question. Oh, Snake Eater isn't a dream. Snake Eater. The dream that comes to you, Snake Eater. I'm in a dream, Snake Eater. Stop. Everybody stop it. Oh, you're talking about I'm in a dream, Snake Eater? Yeah, I'm in a dream, Snake Eater. I'm in a dream, Snake Eater.
I'm in a dream, Snake Eater.
Dream, Snake Eater. Snake Eater. Well, stop. Everybody stop. Anyway, that's my opinion on Snake Eater. Thank you for the question. Really good question.
How did you fit that rat's nest under your hat?
It is densely matted in here. It hurts. I would have already taken the hat off, but it's stuck. It's making my head shape look crazy, for the record. It's cause so much of this hat is hair. It's ridiculous they made me put it on. Well, there were so many animals in the hair. No, bugs don't count as animals. I was trying to honestly clean it up by calling them animals. They're parasites. But they're the type of parasite where they're helpful. I don't remember the name of that. You don't use like 90% of what you learn in high school, so I forgot that one. But I need them, is my point. You've got bugs, and I don't even have hair, actually, so my head is incredibly clean. Just a fact. Bald superiority. You have a little bit of ghost hair, actually. It almost looks like you have bangs. What? Get them off me. They could attract the bugs. I think your Back to the Future head is sort of messing with the time continuum. Please. I don't want to go back to having hair. The bugs are too powerful that they attract. Oh, thank you for your question, though. It is a good question.
What's the best video game you have played?
Gosh, there's just so many. Gosh. You play games like for a living, right? Yeah, that's because there's so many for me, though. It's really hard to pick. Gosh, probably Succubus. Or God of War. Or the Succubus God of War mashup. but you got to be in the know to know where to get that. What's succubus? You have to ask. You don't deserve to know. The best game I've ever played is break the child's controller to save them from a life of failure. Got him. Next question.
Did he borrow his mom's hair tie to keep that hair hidden?
Yes, but if she leaves it out, it's finders keepers, so it's actually my hair tie now. Sorry, mommy. Why are his hands so large? And now my hands feel kind of small. I have petite hands. I don't think it's healthy. I think you have gigantism of the hands. It's because I'm a fucking gamer. Next question.
I believe in Marvin the Martian's plan to send Martians to Earth. Their gaming hardware and energy drink technology is second to none.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really support anybody coming here. What? I don't support anybody coming to a place. That used to be something that we actually believed in this country is if you're in a place, stay and don't go anywhere else. So I'm gonna have to pass, okay? And that's not controversial. Actually, 9,000% of Americans agree with me. If you're in a place, what? If you're in a place, stay there. No coming. What?
Did you know Pastor Joe's favorite game is your mom?
I don't believe that's been released yet. That's been in development. It's like in Duke Nukem Hell, okay? It's like I don't think it's ever coming out. And I remember the original trailer for your mom, but I don't think Pastor Joe honestly even plays games because he's a fucking buzzkill. Sorry, Pastor Joe, not sorry. There's no way he's watching this though. There's no way he's watching this, right? Are you afraid of Pastor Joe? Well, there's no way he would be watching this though, right? He could if he has public access twitch.tv. What even is that? I don't know and I don't care. That's my answer to the question as well. Yes?
Scrum, do you know Zeus's mom? You might like her.
That's a risky thing to say to me. I might like something. I'm gonna have to pass. Next, please.
Konnichiwa, Inigo Montoya desu. あなたは私の救を殺しました。死ぬ覚悟をしてください。
I can't claim to speak Japanese, and I don't believe we have a translator. Well, actually, whenever I hear Japanese, I agree with it. So whatever you said, yes. That's a little risky, Brandon. You don't know what he said. If it's Japanese, I agree. Yes. Thank you. Really good question. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just fire
You're sexy when you're in pain.
Sorry, I had something caught in my throat. Was that a laugh? No! Thanks, I guess. I am often in pain. I currently am. My head feels like it's actively disappearing. And it's unpleasant. I don't believe in the word sexy. I think that's a word designed by women to keep us trapped in our underwear. So, I'm going to have to pass on that. No thanks. What? What?
Crypto, I just had to tell you that your mom's running an OnlyFans to pay for your gaming addiction. So keep plugging in as we watch your mama get plugged.
Yeah, my mom appears on like one of the most popular Twitch streams of all time, so she has a lot of fans that are only hers. I don't get it, but if she wants to monetize that, that's fine. She can have her only. She can have fans that are only her fans too. I have plenty of OnlyFans of me. So good. I'm glad she does.
Do you think Scrum had what it takes to become a CIA operative?
Yes, 100%. I know CIA operative Scrum, and actually you do. From what I can tell, I don't get what they do, and I don't really get what you do. I'm a man of mystery, so don't break your brain thinking about it. I wouldn't. If you can tell, I've got a really big head, and that's related. Head size is related to both spiritual and mental fortitude. Okay. Gross. Let's just keep it civil, everybody. Thank you. Great. Honestly, really great question. Next question.
This is a test.
Okay. Did we pass? I'm going to say I did. And I also definitely passed as well. Okay, well, I guess that's actually all the time we have for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for all your incredible questions. We all passed the test. Every one of you in the audience, you passed the test. You all look great. Thanks for coming out. Do keep your distance. Again, I have been officially zoned as a medical waste dumping zone. My body, that is. So legally, I'm not supposed to be within, I think, 100 feet of people. And I've been trying to get that zoning right for myself as well. But so legally, you can come up to me, but please don't. I find you all disgusting. And I am fine with. And I actually thank you all for being here. It's going to be weird to come up to me. I'm on stage currently, so don't. Outside of that. Also, we're ending the show. I already knew that I'm gone. Oh, okay. Well, and I will not stay for another second. That's fine. Okay. The segment was over anyway. All right, let's just set it down to the next one. It's time for Munch and Crumb. Who the hell's ruining my intro? Fuck, crowd, give it up for me. Are you insane? Ridiculousness. Think because some other segment's happening that this isn't the main segment that happens? No, it's a complicated stream run by a dog, and we can't get too upset every time something goes wrong, right? I'm upset right now. I will always be upset, and it's my God-given right to be upset at all times. There's no way to live your life. I can tell that you're pissed. You're just covering it up. I mean, it's unpleasant to have to deal with you every day, but look how I bear it. Like, you about to say like Jesus? No, I wasn't thinking about like Jesus. I would never claim to be Jesus. Feels like you're about to say like Jesus, you bear me like a cross. Well, all of men must try to attempt to bear their burdens as with the grace of the Lord, but I would never claim to be. Obviously, that'd be blasphemous, and I wouldn't. But if you make that comparison, I can't stop you. Today we're debating how does the Dow hitting 50K solve all the problems with like Pam Bondi said, and yeah, it does. It's ridiculous to say. Obviously, I'm pro markets. Obviously, both of us are staunchly pro markets. One thing we can agree on, and there's one thing we're on the record as saying, we love the markets. Boy, and honestly, the many workers on Wall Street and what they do for this country by generating wealth for all Americans that hold stocks is just incredible stuff. We love the markets. The markets are bae. But I do think it probably doesn't solve all, it solves some of the problems, not all the problems. So I'm going to say, probably not. That's I'm going to say it does solve them. I'm going to say, not in this case. I mean, nothing against the markets. But we can't blame the markets for some of the stuff that evil Jeffrey Epstein did. Just Epstein? You sure you're not in there? I'm on the record as saying I'm not in the Epstein files. Well, you can just be searched I'm on the record as saying I'm not in the Epstein files. And I will stand behind that. But it's searchable now. Well, you're not in there. I mean, I could have been if I wanted. I just saw it coming because I'm that good. I'm that good. I associate with all the evil people that are better at being evil. And they don't get caught, actually, which is most of us. Most of us evil guys. And yeah, I'm a little evil sometimes. I'll admit that. It's my God-given right as American to be evil and commit horrendous sins. What? Look, that's just our rights as Americans. But I do it with the ones that are really good at being evil. So anyway, but yeah, the stock market being up solves everything. Prove me wrong. Okay, if we have a mind that can make that debate. I do believe you also, for mods, you can now make debates by, I think it was you can type, and they already did it. How does the Dow being over 50K solve all our problems? Look, I'm in favor of a strong market. I love our strong market. So happy for all of the American stakeholders in this glorious economy of ours to see that their investments rewarded. And I don't want to take away from the markets at all. I think that's the most important thing we establish in this case, is that this is not the market's fault. But look, that evil Jeffrey Epstein brainwashed so many good people into sending him emails about stuff that is just, that I think we can all agree is not great stuff. Well, you think we can all, I think probably we can all agree that some of the stuff in those dang emails is just so not great. That honestly, because it's just so not that good, the stuff in there for some people, that it's really sad to see in there, that I'm going to say it doesn't solve it all in this particular case. The markets, even the markets being this good, can't solve it all. Solve a little of it. Look, in this country, we worship at the altar of money. It is the one fact that all of us can agree on is none of us would say no to large sums of money for basically any reason. All of your petty morality is completely up for sale due to the transitive properties and the social construction of wealth that has infested your mind, whether you want to admit it or not. If you were offered $1 billion, you would do essentially anything. You can claim that you wouldn't, but I know that you're a fucking liar. You would sell yourself, your soul, your family, and everything in the world for the right sum. This is simply a tautological fact. It is deeper than the human soul. The endless depths of wealth and what it represents can consume any man, woman, child, or planet, and it will consume this one. Anyway, yeah, I think it's fine. You know, I just can't entirely agree with you in this case, man. Even though, shoot, that's the one you won. Look, people know where their bread is buttered, okay? Boom! Peace! Dollar. Munch dollar signs. It feels so good to be right. Yep, feels really good that you said all that stuff and then got rewarded. That's how this economy works. You say stuff like I just said. Sometimes you cover it up a little bit, obviously. But you say stuff like what I just said and everybody loves it and you win. Take notes, everybody. I mean, obviously, I'm happy to see the markets get a win. Obviously, both of us are happy to see the markets get a win. And it's good to see, you know, the fundamental beliefs of this country vindicated. That money actually solves all problems. Obviously, it's a little more complicated than that. Not that I'm not talking bad about money. Obviously, all of us love money. We do. We really, really do. So I'll say congrats. Congrats on the win for the markets. Even though I lightly disagree. Oh, my PNUI defense. Yeah, speaking of worshiping at the altar of money, if you could just send a couple. Just send a couple more donations, bitch. Whatever, donate whatever you want my way. I could really use the legal defense because my ongoing litigation with PNUI, which I am going to plead the fifth on, talking about more, but it is heating up. And you've probably read about it in the news that PNUChrist.ai did accidentally steal some of the financial records of and the medical records of several deceased Kentucky grandmas. What? You might have heard that PNUChrist.ai. So there were a couple crossed wires and we stole about 1 million medical and financial records from a couple deceased women. in Kentucky. I can't talk about it though, so anyway, I my point is I could really use the help. That's what's in the news, so I can at least nod to the news stories. Why would PNUChrist.ai? Well, it offers spiritual advice based on the stock advice that you get from by taking pictures of the color of your urine. Well, obviously, I'm in support of technology. Obviously, both of us are big technology advocates, and some of the workplace advancements happening with AI are, I mean, they're legitimately exciting. Obviously, both of us are on the same page that they're legitimately exciting advancements happening in the field of AI, and a couple wires got crossed in this particular investment. I think we can both agree that that happens. Look, in this case, we can agree that, obviously, in the case of investments in AI, a couple wires might get crossed. But it does sound like you got yourself into some hot water, and I hope that you fry. Anyway, I do appreciate all the support. We're getting there. 33 more points, and my legal fees will be totally covered. And then, unfortunately, apparently the litigation in court will be broadcast on this network, which I'm not happy about. I'm not happy that Peen.ui managed to sneak that one in. That I will be on the stand in public, but that will be happening as soon as I raise the funds. So I don't want to watch you any more than I have to. So don't donate. Never donate again. Let's sync this network so we don't have to watch any more of you, would be my advice. That's all the time we probably have. Let's just move on. I think I sort of made my case. I really need the money. I thought you were rich again. I was. Giggle Trash, thank you so much. Oh my PNUChrist.ai. I needed that. Thank you. Climbing the charts, courtesy of Giggle Trash. Namaste. I'm have to say that now instead of thank God because of some of the legal issues I'm in due to PNUChrist.ai. Can you stop saying it so much? I love AI, obviously both of us are on the same page as loving AI. Obviously, both of us are heavily invested and excited about AI. But can you stop saying your shitty AI's name? How come you're not invested in an AI company? I don't have to broadcast it. I'm an angel investor, okay? I'm a man of actual God, the God of money, and I'm raining it all over the people. And my investments are paying back. So I don't even need this shit. This is actually all the time we have. Oh, trying to last word me. I do appreciate all the support, though, everybody. PNUChrist.ai is currently down, but it will be back up soon. Can you stop? I can't stop. What is happening with our camera work today? Giggle Trash, thank you for the support, even though it's unearned, Crumb. We'll be back with more at some point. For now, news or so, I don't know, some guy talking to Bugs Bunny again or some shit. What the frick? What's happening? Man, look at my hair, guys. It's never looked better. I'm ready to do all the interviews now. Sometimes if I get my hair just right, you know that like Muggsy character from I believe Looney Tunes? On Topic, he's got like the henchman and has like the silly little hair. Sometimes I look like that to myself in the mirror when my hair is a certain way. Just so you guys know, fun Looney Tunes fact to get us into these Looney Tunes stories. Okay. My God. Let's Peter, do we have our guest lined up?
Yes. Yeah.
What? Pepito's having the hiccups or something. I guess. Okay. Well, sure. Joining us is, I guess, a Looney Tunes fangirl. I
love the Looney Tunes.
I am a big fan
of the Looney Tunes. Very excited to talk about them as a girl that is a fan of the Looney Tunes.
Okay. Pepito's probably did his best. I believe I'm supposed to ask you about very specific things. Apparently. I heard that you not only adore the main cast, but also some of the obscure one-off characters that never get talked about in the mainstream that are from the 30s. Is that true? That there's characters from the 1930s?
This is a listing of the animated shorts released by Warner Brothers under the Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies banners between 1930 and 1939.
Oh, I guess that answers my question then. No need to list them all?
Sinking in the Bathtub, featuring the character Honey. It was first officially released by Warner Brothers. That's a good one.
Well, what do you like about Honey?
One of my favorite things about Honey is that its availability is on the DVD to LTGC Volume 3 Disc 2 Special Feature Unrestored.
Great. Do you have any other favorite characters?
One of my other favorite characters is from Congo Jazz, released September in 1930, featuring LT. Do you remember the character LT?
From the 1930 short Congo Jazz?
That is a good character. I also appreciate the character The Booze Hangs High. That is actually not a character, correcting. That also features LT.
That's great.
I also love from March 14th, 1931, Ups and Downs featuring Bosco.
You sure that LT is a character and not just Looney Tunes abbreviated?
Adjusting. I love the character Honey from Hold Anything, released October 1930.
Can you please not get this wrong? I have a lot riding on this. I've had to talk to you 3 times.
I also love Ain't Nature Grand, featuring Bosco, from March 1931.
Are you related to Kilgore from Killer Instinct by any chance?
I also love the Looney Tunes short Lady Play Your Mandolin, featuring Foxy and Roxy, from September 1931. Do you remember this one as well? Combo Breaker!
Kilgore didn't say Combo Breaker. The voice said Combo Breaker.
Unrelated. Hitting the Trail for Hallelujah Land, featuring Fluffy and Piggy, from November 28, 1931. Was also a Looney Tunes short from the 30s.
Yeah, but I mean, the 30s have more years in them than the first 2.
Wow, that's a really good point.
Do you have any other faves from the back end of the 1930s?
I am also a huge fan of Porky in the Woods, from December 19th, 1936, featuring Frank Tashlin.
Frank Tashlin? That's a character?
You're gonna wanna look up Frank Tashlin.
Wait, that's not a character, that's an animator and a filmmaker.
I consider him a character because he gave life to so many characters, but I guess if you want to get specific, the short featured You'll Never Guess This, Porky Pig.
It's called Porky in the Woods?
And it featured You'll Never Guess This, Porky Pig.
So have you been reading just the animators or the characters?
To me, they are one and the same.
I need you to focus up and get this right, okay? I don't want to have to talk to another Looney Tunes fangirl.
Well, then you're gonna want to watch Porky's Romance from April 3rd, 1937, featuring Petunia and Porky Pig.
Is Petunia an obscure character?
If you have to ask, then...
Yes it is. Kendall needs my help.
You open OBS?
Add options now.
You open OBS.
Who's that walking over
And
here?
you make
Is that Kendall fucking Liz? Yo, let me tell you about a girl named Kendall. Got a vibe so wild.
one is for your game or like one is for Discord, you go to audio output capture, and then from there it should pick up where different things are, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to help Bree set up her stream because it had to restart and it fucked everything up.
Yeah.
But all her options are just like microphone. Like, and like there's not one that says desktop, there's not one that says this, there's not one that says this application or this window.
If it's saying microphone, it's more likely she's selecting audio input instead of output.
No, I'm looking at her. I made her stream for settings.
Oh, okay.
I'm like reading it, and it literally just says microphone. There's not even like other windows that's just like the game, or like right now she's just capturing desktop audio, which is capturing her game and Discord and anything she listens to, but she can't control the volume of either of those things.
You can also...
I tried to research it too, and it's just telling me exactly what I know.
Depending on how you have the, oh god, what's the word? The monitor settings set. So, like, OBS has its own internal monitor settings.
Yeah.
So you can output a monitor feed to whatever. Mm-hmm. And then there's the actual broadcast, like, output. So you can, depending on how all that is set.
Yeah. She does it everything through.
Yeah, either way, honestly, if it's system settings, oh my god, guys, this is good stuff.
I'm sorry,
if
guys.
it's system settings, if she's trying to capture like audio outputs, it should be showing her more than microphone. It doesn't really make sense that it's just showing microphone.
Right?
So she probably needs to go to like her audio settings in what is she on Windows?
She's playing World of Warcraft right now.
Yeah, but is she on a Windows or a Mac?
I think she has a PC.
Yeah, then she probably needs to go to like her PC's audio settings and just see what is showing up as audio outputs internally on the PC.
All right, bye, thanks.
Anyway, this has been a pretty good technical discussion, both of Looney Tunes and of OBS output settings.
Would you like to know more about Ain't We Got Fun? Featuring no famous characters, but animated by Tex Avery.
I guess we got what year is that from?
May 1st, 1937.
Do you have any real big favorites from 1939, the last year of the 30s?
Wow, what a great question, Case. That is in fact the last year of the 30s. I really love Daffy Duck and the Dinosaur. You'll never guess this, it features Daffy Duck, and it's from April 22nd, 1939. I'm a huge fangirl. So I'd say all that adds up pretty well.
No one can deny that we covered this as thoroughly as anyone possibly could. And now our reward is to hear a man yell and say that it's music. It's time for DJ Music. I'll get DJ Music in just a second, everybody. He's stuck in LA traffic. If you're an LA guy or gal, you know. It's just brutal out here. It's freaking brutal out here. His lasers are out of here. That's a good point. And that's half the battle. So we're waiting for the DJ Music number. You know, the DJ Music hotline. Okay, there we go. 1 second, I'm gonna disappear, but when I reappear, DJ Music will be here. Boom! I'm just that fast. Hello, everybody. It's your pal DJ Music. Woo! Fuck up my voice. Fuck up my voice some more, y'all. Turn my music up. How loud is it? Probably a little too loud. My music's always a little too loud, and that's how I like it. You don't need to hear me too clearly, y'all. Yes! Fully loud, everyone. And I'm fully allowed to tell you about the news of the day that Case was too cowardly to sing about. Not me, though. Whoa! You know, a lot of people use auto-tune to stay on pitch. I'm sort of doing auto-tune jazz. I'm finding the notes between the notes that you're supposed to hit when you're singing. You know? Okay. What kind of news could we talk about that Case didn't bother to talk about? Let's see. Where the fuck? I can't find the news. There it is. There's the news. Okay, great. Guys, have you heard about this one? I need a scientific type beat. I need some scientific jams. I need some scientific R&B, y'all. Yes.
Sabrixie said I'm still in a dream, Snake Eater.
What? Me too. In our dreams, we all eat snakes, and yet the eating of snakes is all love. Okay, let's see what we got. What do we got in this news shoot today, y'all? Yeah. Let's gas it up, everybody, today. Yeah. I'm feeling like I got a little something that just might pass. I'm talking about using the power of math straight out the ass. Let me turn this delay off before I get even more annoying. Hey, ever wonder how many times that you fart per day? Yes. Now there's your chance to find out. I'm gonna tell you all, okay? Much of the research on farting has relied on small sample sizes. But I got a couple extra guessy surprises. There's a belief that people fart 10 to 12 times every goddamn day. But scientists at College Park Base University have something new to say, and it's that everybody in the world actually farts 32 times per day, on average per day. They said we couldn't do it, but we did it, okay? You can fart 32 times every goddamn motherfucking day. It's all love coming out the ass, okay? It's coming out the ass, okay? UMD scientists have reached a conclusion through smart underwear, a wearable device that snaps easily into your underpants in case you care, and it uses sensors to track the wearer's internal gas. Mean every time that you let a hot fart pass, it's about the size of a quarter in diameter, and it lets you know every time the ass explodes, because you can fart 32 times per day, busting out the ass every day. Now I got something else to fucking say. Pepito is actually here. He's been eating nothing but cheese, and he's got some fresh opinions on this. Fresh out the fucking ass, baby. Let's go.
need something a little harder than this. I gotta go in on the stuff that I blast out of my various butts. Give me a hard cheese trap beat. Because if we're gonna let these people know about what happens between these two Pepito cheeks, then I'm gonna let them know. You know what I mean, DJ Music? Do you even know what I fucking mean? You changed coats, that's nuts. It's fucking nuts, little bit.
Dude, look. What the fuck?
Tell them what's up. Tell them what comes out of Pepito's pop butt. Tell them what's up. Turn my beat up, turn my beat up. Turn the lead up, turn the lead up. Turn the lead up, got the lead up. Turn my beat up, turn my beat up. Okay, ooh, every time I pop the cheeks, every time I eat some cheese, you know I let out some squeaks. It's like, ooh, it's feeling too good. Every time I'm in the pooper, I take a big pooper. Yeah! Pepito, and you know I'm a freak. I like the sweet cheeks, and I like to eat a lot of leeks. I eat a lot of leeks. I like to eat cheese, baby, I squeak, squeak, squeak. But I also blast gas, straight up the motherfucker Pepito ass. I'm like, boom. Every time I'm in the room, I make the ladies swoon when my farts go. And that's what it do. A little doggy and I'm taking a poop. I accidentally squirted and you know when I shirted, I'm like, shark, bark, woo! What's the deal? Methane, that's how I feel. I got a big ass butt, you know I'm keeping it real. I eat cheeks and I'm making all the ladies go squeal like a fart. Every time that I start, I'm listening out lots of gas and it's straight from the heart. It's actually true when it comes to me. Farts come from my heart, you see. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I'm asking you, baby, do you even know what I mean?
Yes? Do you know?
Do you know what I mean? Okay, yeah, I fella, I eat this ass like it's mozzarella. I'm about to let some shit ass explode. I'm about to fart him up, baby, like my name was Toad. I'm gonna squeak, meaning it's nasty high. Every time that I fart, I make my ladies fucking die. I'm a cool guy.
Yeah, man, okay. I like it. I'm like,
cool guy. Yeah.
Why is my voice?
I'm a cool guy. I agree.
What the fuck?
Yes! It's an infection. My voice is spreading. Get your hand out of here. Anyway, that's my fart rap.
Cut to Scrum? Scrum, fart, shart, apart, the cheeks, part, they still squeak, cause you think that the cheeks are tight when they squeak, but I spread my cheeks and they still squeak. Isn't that neat?
That's some good points from Scrum. This
is good stuff. I'm glad that we had you.
Yeah, but I'm busy, so I gotta go. Bye.
He blasted out of here. That's nuts. Okay. That's another real hot music day, but I guess that we're done, so it's time to part ways. Apparently we're supposed to play Pokemon, but should we save that for Monday? Because I said we were gonna make the stream kinda quick, but it turns out I really couldn't stick to it. It's been 2 hours we've been streaming with the power, but I think I might have to call it cause I gotta go shower. It turns out Case's girlfriend is leaving town. No, today? But she'll be so sad. She'll be so sad that Case has abandoned her. Cause he has to stay, he has to sit in the room until, just go. I'm getting approval from some of chat. I think that might be all I need. That might be all I need to just vacate the premises. Don't abandon your girlfriend. But the thing is, it's not my girlfriend, it's Case's girlfriend. I'm actually DJ Music, and I'm not crazy for saying that. Go be a boyfriend. Okay, I guess if I'm gonna be a boyfriend, it's time for the stream to end, so I gotta say bye to my other Twitch friends. But don't worry, Here's what I say, we're gonna pay it forward with a nice fat raid. Okay, we got Dr. Diggity to the bank. We're gonna raid him cause he's so damn dank. Or reverse the rhymes that I said there and you'll get his name, baby. You know I don't care, alright. Diggity dank, here we go, friends. Boom. It's time for the weekend, baby. You know that the fun never ends. We're about to do this like we farted 42 times. We committed 42 ass crimes. But I get that I can get those numbers up when I fart 5 million times out of my butt. Alright, y'all, thank you. We ran out of music there, so I think that means that I officially can stop rhyming. When the music dies, what can you do? Just kidding. Woo! Tea Lattes is on, Dr. Diggity Dink. I apologize, but we actually have to change the raid because we got a neighbor on who is playing some games. My, that's it. Thank you for saving me from mistakes and shit, because we might get in trouble if we did not give the raid. So we about to do this shit right any damn way. That's it. We go. We about to shout chat out with an ending flow. We got Apple Dapple, of course, addicted to Snapple, dropping some dinos and shit because it's never a hassle. We got Yes. And we wanna shout out all the safe for Twitch propaganda. We got Greg T.U. Thanks for coming right through. And another shout out to Wapel, Mr. Whoopie Boo Boo, Broker Lower. Thank you to MSG Reflection in the glasses. What can I do? I got a lot of equipment every time you come through. If you look closely, you can see all of LA too. Yeah. Bye bye. Say hi to Tea Lattes and do not ask her why. We got a bunch of in-jokes that she will not get, but we are still gonna raid her because the raid is set. That's it, everybody. We'll see you soon. Woo! 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 You see Case's house in here? How's that even possible? It's the LA skyline in front of me. All right.